Okay, so here's one of the first major moves. I've taken this plastic base plate and trigger guard that I've never really had much affection for and replaced it with this Marlin trigger guard. It's a beautiful piece. Oops, let me get that now. Beautiful black anodized metal. Very solid, very nicely done. And I've made this base plate out of a piece of ebony that I sort of hand forged by a lot of cutting and drilling and sanding, and that came from a piece of this ebony. Sliced off a slice and several attempts. Here's one. Here's the remnants of some other attempt. And so in order to fit this to the gun, I needed to also, because of the shape of that trigger guard and the opening, I needed a wedge spacer, which I made with another piece of ebony. Just a little wedge shaped piece of ebony. And the trigger guard goes on that. And that all goes together into this. Alright, now the other major thing I'm trying to do here is I've taken about 1 3/4 inches off the forend, right there. Setting that up to cut that perpendicular and plumb was a bit of a challenge. I had to make a bit of a jig for that, and I'll show you that jig in a minute. And this will become my replacement piece. You can see I've already started to etch the cuts that I'll make, and I will have a ebony forend, and it should be very pretty, and it should go real well with the ebony base plate that's going to be in here. This is the jig I used, which was the idea of one of our Finnish carpenters at work, and he helped me with this. So this allowed me to use the barrel groove in the original stock to make sure I had the stock square to the saw when I cut it. And you can see where the chop saw cut through right there. And that was crucial, because the taper of the stock right here, this slow taper on both sides of the stock, make it hard to set it up on the saw and cut it perpendicular to the longitudinal axis. But I think we were successful in that, and I'm looking forward to the new challenge, which will be to drill a dowel center in this and match that center exactly transfer that to this piece of ebony such that I end up with it mated to the original stock and still have some material left to sand it into its finished shape. You can see a bit of the cross section of the shape of the stock there, and the shape of the stock there with the scratch marks and that wax. So that's next. Thanks for watching.